What's up, everybody? It's Jamie Foxx's favorite nerd. What's up, everybody? It's your favorite Jamie Foxx's favorite nerd, and today we are talking about the Sparks. I give up. It's not going to happen today.
Use your words. Just use your words.
I'm trying to use my words.
Have you tried your rubber band trick?
No. Give it another shot. What's up, everybody? It's your favorite Jamie Foxx's favorite nerd, and today we are talking about the Spider-Man Marvel Legends Space Venom Build-A-Figure wave. Today we're going to look at Silk, Spider-Man, and Electro, and without much further ado, let's just begin. And up first is Electro. I'm happy to have a classic Electro kind of look, even though it's not totally classic. I think it's close enough. I'm not exactly 100% sure on this rendition of the character, but it's close enough, right? Off the top, I will tell you that I wish that he had switch-out hands, so both hands didn't have to be electrocuting, but they don't give you any options. This is on the Spider-Man Pizza Spidey build, I believe, and let me give you a look at the other head. This is the other head. Like I said, not for me, but maybe I'll be able to use it for a custom or something. I just got started getting into customizing Marvel Legends pretty heavy, so I'll keep you guys updated as that goes on, but I'm definitely going to set this to the side, because it is a pretty cool face sculpt and stuff. It's just not for me. So, let's talk about this guy. Typical hinged swivel head, but great look down and up, and then the swivel is intact. The face sculpt itself is pretty good. I like the sneer, the paint on the eyes, like a silver paint, but it looks good. It almost looks like electric. I like that. And then this is a softer plastic, so when you go to manipulate it, it doesn't get in the way. All that stuff is cool. Paint stuff for the buck, the paint carries through for one, which we talked about. That's good, and so does the sculpt. So that's good, and the paint looks pretty good. Couple little touchy spots, but for the most part, pretty sharp and pretty clean. That's exactly what I want. That's exactly what I've been talking about. It has like a bit of a metallic yellow, it's just ever so slight. And then the green is just the regular base plastic. So we have a butterfly joint that works really well on a harder plastic figure, unlike Iceman. And then we have a hinged disc for the shoulder, so it gets you up to there. Down to there, we got the lightning bolt painted on. That looks really good on the arm. Wish it would have followed through a bit more, but I'm not even sure if that's suit relevant. It may not be that way on the real suit. I'm not that familiar with this incantation of Electro. So either way, I think it's okay. The glove line doesn't end perfectly. That's a problem I feel like they could really fix. And I think that this is green painted on black here, and they probably should have painted the black, but I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. Either way, it doesn't look bad, but you do see the black poking through on this green a fair bit more than I would like. We got a hinge up and down for the electric hands, and I think that is the smart choice for these types of hands. And then this is all a translucent plastic with all the electricity, and it looks good. I just wish you had the option to switch it out, because I don't want them always constantly in a state of. But maybe I have some spare hands I can put on at least one. And then the same on the other side. Waist swivel, ab crunch. Forward to there, back to there. No real clicks, though. I find that interesting. Waist swivel, which we talked about, destroys the sculpt, but it's good enough. T-jointed ball joints for hips that get you out to there. Thigh swivel on both sides. That's fine. Double jointed knee. That works fine. The boots are painted on. The yellow is painted on. And, actually, yeah, the yellow is painted on, but they did a... I'm not exactly sure. Maybe the black is painted on. I can't tell, because you would think that the yellow would scratch down here. Let me see if I can't get in there. I don't know. Interesting. Either way, it still looks good, and it looks pretty clean. Of course, a sculpted boot would have been best, but you can't win them all. Ankles, they tilt up. You get a tilt back. And the rocker is built in. And I will say, it's kind of true, at least for these three, he stands really easily. Marvel Legends, sometimes they don't stand all that well. But I've noticed with all three of these, they're well balanced. So kudos. Next up, we have our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and this looks very Mark Bagley art to me, and I dig it. I'm not the biggest Mark Bagley Spider-Man fan, but I definitely appreciate his work, and I do love like the big eyes, and this definitely fits that. He does seem a little short to me. There he is with Miles. I guess that's not bad, but whatever. It's fine. Just pointing it out. It's a pretty good looking Spider-Man, but we have paint issues here. So let's see, accessory-wise, he comes with Peter. I might be able to use this for a custom. Not sure, but I'm constantly thinking about it now. The hair sculpt looks great, and the eyes and stuff, and everything is painted well on it, so that's nice. And then he comes with a wide array of hands. He has another fist hand, another web shooty hand, and then two, I'm going to crawl around hands, and that's all good. And he looks pretty good. So, head, ball hinge, up to there. The sculpt looks great. Down to there, sculpt looks good. Swivel is intact. Paint on the head is really good. So that has to be considered. We got an ab crunch. 1 click back. Really nice ratchets. 2 click forward. And it's a... ooh. That gives me good feels. I will say, like, there is problems in the line work here. So this black line, which is supposed to be on the border of the red suit, is shifted over to the right. And then the black line doesn't continue down into the crotch little point. And like some of the line work is like gummied up here and there, there. But that's definitely an individual. Results will vary thing. Mine is certainly not the best. And I feel like there should have been a line going up the center of his leg on both sides, but there's not. So we got that out of the way. We got disc hinge shoulders per usual. I may have to take a blow dryer. There he is. There she goes. So that gets you up to there, which is good. And then we get the bicep swivel. Plus you got the swivel around on the shoulder. Double jointed elbow, so that works well. And then we have the wrist swivel. That's tight as well. And then a hinge in and out. And for the shooter hand, that works well. Same for the fist. And all of these hands, it is a hinge in and out per usual, and they are good choices for that. T-jointed ball joints for hips. They are a little gappy, but it's not the worst, is it? And then a thigh swivel, that works well. Double jointed knee, that works well. Different feet, I'm not sure why, but whatever. And then an ankle tilt down. Not really up, though, so that's a bummer. And then the ankle rocker. And he is... the same thing. I just want to keep reiterating this, but I gotta put the feet straight. I'm just gonna drop them down. Didn't take much effort. If you know Marvel Legends, you know they don't always stand as easily as he just did, but it's a pretty well balanced figure. And lastly is Silk, and I know a lot of people have been looking forward to this figure, myself included. I just want to say before we get started that this is not my ideal Silk outfit. Like, I prefer the white and black as opposed to the gray and black, but this is what they went with, so you know, this is the one we're going to look at. My preference would have been the white and black. There is some weird finish smudges kind of stuff from the coating on this figure, especially on the bottom part of the legs. The rest are pretty clean. I might try to wash that off and see if it comes off, but I'm not sure that will work or not. Anyway, otherwise she's pretty good. Accessory wise, she has a different head sculpt, which I'm telling you looks like a Psylocke to me. Just putting that out there. And of course her scarf, you can drop that down around the bottom of her neck and wear it, and that's pretty cool. And that's actually, it's thoughtful, you know, and we really need to take that into consideration, the thoughtfulness of it. So head is on a ball hinge. It gets you back up to there, which is nothing really. Now this is a little bit weird, right? Because you have the back of the head, which is, I don't know if you can see that, but like it comes down to an empty space. So it looks strange from the side. You know, it really does. Not the worst thing, but it is off-putting. See that gap, the way that that's created? It's just a little strange. Then we have a dry brushing blue highlight on the hair, which is nice. For the eye detailing and stuff, it's pretty good. Looks good, looks sharp, it looks clean. I like it. The sculpting on the mask looks good, all the little wrinkles and all that. The eyebrows look great. I don't have any complaints there. Just where the hair meets the back of the head is a little strange. We have disc hinge shoulders, get you up to there, down to there, around to here. And then we have the ball joint diaphragm around to there. Look, they continue the paint up, so I like that. The paint fading, like this red, and then it thins the red out to the black. I think that looks cool. The painting is pretty clean on her, a little fuzzy in some spots, but for the most part it's pretty sharp, sharper than Spider-Man's was. And then we have an elbow hinge, 90 degrees, that gets you like a faux bicep swivel, and then the wrist hinges in and out and around, and the paint looks good on the hands. Good hand choices too. T-jointed ball joints for hips, they get you out to there. Back looks good too. Thigh swivel, double jointed knee, ankle tilt, down, up a little bit, back all the way, and the rocker is built in. So, you know, pretty good. So final thoughts wise, it's pretty good. The great thing about this wave, it's a lot of characters that people wanted pretty much across the board. The bummer is the Build-A-Figure, but we'll get to that when we get to it. But nothing is really exceptional here. But, you know, we can't always expect exceptional with a $20 figure. What I can say about this is that nothing is bad. Like, there's some paint I would have rather seen a little sharper and little stuff like that. The back of the hair sculpt on Silk. I wish we could have alternate hands with Electro. But that's it. Like, there's nothing that's just like, oh, what a train wreck. Like, a lot of the figures that we've looked at in the past with Marvel Legends, you know, we've picked out some train wrecks. But the last, like, 3 waves, I think we've been train wreck free. That's got to account for something. I'm telling you guys to keep your eyes on this line. It is vastly improving and cranking out a very solid, which is similar to solid, except not spelled, pronounced, nor means the same. But a very solid product that is definitely middle of the road. It's not exceptional, but it's not terrible. But a solid, medium, middle of the road figure at an affordable price point and able to tackle a lot of obscure characters. So I'm watching them very closely. They're on to something. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.